Hi, everyone. Welcome. Yes, yes, this is not the cabin of the SS Lazy Ass. No, no. This is the entertainment room of the SS Lazy Ass. And the reason we are up here is to babysit this old man right here, this 16-year-old boxer. Yeah, he also has anxiety issues, so he fits right in with my house of fucked up cats. I have a cat with PTSD, a cat with anxiety, a cat that thinks it's an infant, and a cat with lead poisoning. And two outside cats that have no idea what the fuck is going on, but they're so happy. And then we have Mr. Old Rico fitting in the way he does. We got him last night because we're babysitting because the kids are going on vacation. This is the kids' dog, but they're going on vacation in Ohio to Cedar Point. So we have him, and he did not want to come. So you should have seen it. Dustin was carrying him like a giant ass baby. Set him nicely in the car. And then when we get here, Dustin has to go around, pick him up, and walk him in here. My cats lost their fucking minds. But he's so old he can't do anything. So they just sit at the foot of the couch right here and just peek up like little meerkats. They stand on their back legs and they put their hands up and look over at him. It's the funniest thing. I spent all night out here laying with him because he couldn't sleep. So he laid like that. And this is my pillow right here. I laid just like this all night. So he would be comfortable. Yep, just like that. I these are the clothes I wore to his house. So I rolled all over the furniture and stuff. So now my clothes smell like his house. So I just stay by him. I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. But he's like really sad. He hasn't even eaten or gone to the bathroom. He hasn't done nothing but lay here. And when he was a puppy, we used to babysit him all the time when he was a puppy. He loved it here. He loves it here. He loves it here. But he's gotten old and sick, and they think he might have dementia, so he might not remember that he likes it here. But right now he's just laying here so sad. I feel so bad for him. So, as you're walking through and keeping your shoes on, down there, one, two, the third door on the left is the kitchen. So grab you some keep other people alive juice. I don't have any keep myself alive juice. I didn't want to leave the dog alone for that long. So I only have keep other people alive juice. Yep, I did bring up some of my weed and some of my cigarettes. Again, I didn't want to leave him up here too long by himself. So if you need anything else, root around in the cabin area or the kitchen area of the SS Lazy Ass. But now we are picking up on chapter 14. So, chapter 12 and 13 were leprosy laws, And again, I don't know why the fuck I'm reading this. Really, because I don't care anything about somebody's leprosy. Nobody has leprosy. But I guess maybe I should know. But you know what? This does come in, though, in the story of Jesus. Because he killed that guy of leprosy and things like, go show yourself to the priest and do what they say. This must be that. Okay. So, chapter 14 is a continuation of whatever the fuck. Okay. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, this is the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. Okay, so the dude that Jesus healed, this is what he told him to go do. Well, he was like, do what they told you, right? Like, do whatever. So he gets 2 birds, okay? If he's cleansed of it or healed from it, he gets 2 birds that are alive and clean, cedar, scarlet, and hyssop. And then one of the birds you kill in an earthen vessel over running water. As for the living bird, you take it, the cedar wood, the scarlet, and the hyssop, and dip them in. Dip all that in the blood that was killed, and the blood of the dead bird, and you shall sprinkle it upon him that is to be cleansed 7 times, and pronounce him clean, and let the living bird go in an open field. And he that is to be cleansed shall wash his clothes, shave off all his hair, and wash himself in the water, and after that he shall come into the camp, and shall be a vagrant 7 days. So, if you're going to be cleansed, you gotta be homeless another 7 days. So not only did you spend 7 days in jail, and then they were like, let me see. They were like, I don't know, 7 more days. But then finally, they're like, okay, we'll heal you. And then you do all this stuff. And then, once that's all over, you got to be out of your house 7 more days. So that's 21 days. Okay. 21 days out of your house. But it shall be on the 7th day that he shall shave off all his hair, all the hair of his head, his beard, and his eyebrows, all of his hair from head to toe. And you shall wash your clothes. Also wash your flesh in the water, and then you're clean. And on the 8th day, take 2 lambs without blemish, 1 baby lamb, 1-year-old lamb, 3/10 deal of fine flour for a meat offering. How is flour meat? Listen. Okay. Fine flour mingled with oil. 1 log of oil. I don't know what that means. And the priest shall make him. And the priest that makes him clean presents the man and those things before the Lord at the door of the church. And the priest shall take, and the priest shall take 1 he lamb, 1 he lamb. Is there not a difference between girl and boy lambs? They're not called different. Okay. Well, it's a he lamb, and offer him for a trespass offering, and the log of oil, and wave them before the Lord. And he shall slay the lamb in the place where he shall kill the sin offering. And okay, so you're going to finish the red carpet. And the priest shall take some of the blood, and the priest will put it on the tip of the right ear, the right thumb, the big toe, all on his right foot. And the priest shall take some of the log of oil and pour it into the palm of his own left hand. Faith healed. That is not. And the priest shall dip his right finger in the oil on his left hand, and sprinkle the oil with his fingers 7 times before the Lord. And the rest of the oil that is on his hand, the priest shall put on the tip of the right ear, the thumb, and the great toe of his right side, upon the blood of a trespass offering. And the remnant of the oil that is in the priest's hand, he shall pour upon the head of him, on the head of him to be cleansed, and make an atonement for him before the Lord. And the priest shall offer the sin offering, and make an atonement for him. Again, another one. And afterward he shall kill the burnt offering. And the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the meat offering, and make an atonement for him who shall be clean. And if he be poor and cannot get so much, then take 1 lamb for a trespass offering to be waved, and 1/10 of a deal of fine flour mingled with oil, and a log of oil, 2 turtle doves or pigeons, so this is the same rules only for a poor guy. This is the same shit. So we gotta. It's the same shit, only instead of cedar wood, scarlet, hyssop, and just 2 birds, so it must be different birds. This guy is no cedar, hyssop. It's it's 1 lamb, 2 turtle doves or young pigeons, whatever he's able to get. Okay, and then there's nothing to do with the other things. But again, he's sprinkling it 7 times on the right ear, the right toe, on the right side. Okay, and then it's whatever he's able to get. See, I don't feel like this is the God rule. Okay, and then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, when you come into the land of Canaan, which I give to you for a possession. I put the plague of leprosy in a house of the land of it. Okay. So when you come here and I give you this plague, and he that owns the house will come and tell the priest. It looks like there might be a plague here. Then the priest shall command that they empty the house. Before the priest go into it to see the plague that is in the house, be not made unclean, and afterward the priest. What the fuck? And the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, When you come to the land of Canaan, which I give you for a possession, and I put the plague of leprosy in a house of that land, and whoever owns the house comes and tell the priest, saying, It seems to me that there was a plague in this house. Then the priest shall command that they empty the house before the priest goes into it, that all that is in the house be not made unclean. And afterward the priest will go into the house, and he shall look at the plague, and behold, if the plague's on the walls of the house, with hollow stripes, greenish or reddish. So this is mold. It's not a plague, it's mold. It seems like there might be mold here, dude. What's up, Rico? Oh, I moved. Illustrate. Okay. With hollow streaks, greenish or reddish, which in their sight are lower than the wall. Then the priest shall go out of the house and say, It's black mold. Shut the house for 7 days. And the priest shall come again on the 7th day. And if the plague is spread on the walls of the house, okay, then the priest command that they take away the stones in which the plague is, and they shall cast them to an unclean place outside of the city. So they're building their house. So is it like algae moss? It's moss. Mossy rocks. I'm going to change that to my name. If I ever get a metal band, I'm going to call it Mossy Rocks. Wouldn't that be so awesome? That would be so awesome. And he shall cause the house to be scraped within round about, and they shall pour out the dust they scrape off outside of the city to an unclean place. And they will take other stones and put them in the place of those stones. And he shall take another mortar and shall plaister to the house. He shall take other mortar and plaister the house. And if the plague comes again and breaks out in the house after that, And after he has scraped the house and all that, then the priest shall come and look, and behold, if the plague is spread in the house, it is a fretting leprosy in the house, and it is unclean. See, this is somebody wanting somebody's house. This is not a God rule. This is somebody went into somebody's house and was like, is that leprosy on your wall? Listen, 7 days. Then we're going to take it apart and we're going to put new stone in it. Then 7 days. Oh no, your house. Yeah, you got to move. This is my house now. I'm going to heal it, but not until you do. I don't think this is a God rule. And the priest, if the plague, it shall be unclean. And he shall break down the house, the stones of it, the timber. Okay, so you know, like this guy in the neighborhood, he's got mold. Rip his house down. Moreover, that he goes into the house, all the while that it is shut up, shall be unclean until the evening. Moreover, he that goes into the house all the while. Okay. Okay. And he that lies in the house shall wash his clothes. He that eats in the house will wash his clothes. And if the priest comes in and looks upon it, and behold, why can't I read? I'm having such a hard time. And he shall break down the house, the stones of it, the timber. Okay, so I did read it right. Yeah. And he that lies in the house, eats in the house, will wash his clothes. If the priest come in and the plague has not spread in the house, well, probably because you aerated and ripped everything out of it and pretty much just turned it to bones. Of course, there's not a plague in it. Now this man has to fix his house. If you priests didn't take it from him, you greedy fat bastards. And if the priest shall come in and look, and the plague has not spread in the house after the house was plaistered, then the priest shall pronounce it clean. And he shall take to cleanse the house 2 birds, cedar wood, scarlet, and hyssop. And this is the same. Yeah, it's the exact same. Okay. This is the law for all manner of plague of leprosy and skull, and for the leprosy of a garment and of a house, for a rising scab, for a bright spot, to teach when it is unclean and when it is clean. This is the law. of leprosy. Yeah, see, I feel like they just this is a way for the priest to get people's shit. I know it's probably not a nice thing for me to say that, but I just I don't even want to read this shit because I feel like they just put this in here. Just that kind of what Jesus said. You make these burdens, these yokes too hard to carry. Because look, he's like, okay, well, if your house has the whatever, just pop out a couple walls and then plaster in new walls. Oh, that didn't work? Okay, well, then pretty much knock out everything and rebuild you a house. That's going to cost a lot of money. Oh, you can't do that? Okay, well, then us priests will take that over. That's just what I feel like. Like the same thing with like the burning of the witches. Like I feel like that was for land or property or what people had. Oh, kids, call her a witch. We need her shit. She's a witch. It's that's what I think. But I don't know. Mm, these rules make me feel uncomfortable because it's like they're snaky. They're snaky. They're for people they don't like, people they're mad at, people who have better property than them, that are poorer than them. And the only reason they're rich is because they're priests. If they weren't priests, they'd be poor. They don't realize that. And I don't want to read those. Because it's purposely making shit hard for people. And why? Why would this be a God rule? Somebody's gonna end up saying that's God rule, but this now I feel like this is to take things from people. This isn't God trying to help people. This is people taking things from people. Poor people. I don't know, but I don't like it. I do not like it. Mm. See what in chapter 15 is about thing like pus running out of your orifices, right? Yeah, so why? Why do I need to know about this? Do we need to know about this? Like, what happens if you've got pus? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Anything that is under him and face of earth. Okay. offering for his issue. Oh, here we go. And if a woman, okay, and this starts at chapter 15, verse 19. And if a woman has an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall put apart 7 days, and whosoever touches her shall be unclean till the evening. And everything that she lies upon in her separation shall be unclean. Everything also she sits upon shall be unclean. And whoever touches her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean till the evening. And whoever touches anything she sat on will wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. And if it be on her bed or anything she sits, and on anything whereon she sits, when and whosoever and anything she touches will be unclean. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, okay, wait a minute. Okay. And if any man lies with her at all, and her flowers be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed where he lies shall be unclean. Why would God care about that? Seems like a dude that was grossed out by blood. What do you think? Or his wife was like period horny and was like, baby, go get some. And he's like, oh, I'm so scared of blood. Here, rule. There's a rule about this. It's a no-no. No bueno. Don't even sleep in the same bed as me. Listen, get your own room. It's a law. It's a rule. And if a woman has an issue of her blood many days out of the time, or if it runs beyond the time, all the days of her issue of her uncleanliness shall be the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. Oh man. Okay, so it's the same thing. When she sits on it, she lays on it, he does it, he's bad, but he better take a bath, wash his clothes, do all that. But if she is cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. On the 8th day she shall take her two turtles or two young pigeons, and bring them to the priest, to the church, And the priest offer one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, to make an atonement for her before the Lord. What the fuck does that even mean? Like, it is the thing that happens. How is she gonna make an atonement for something that just happens? See, it's what I'm saying. This is not a God rule. This is not. These are not the God rules. Okay, I think my computer's about to die. So thank you for watching. I love you. Have the greatest day ever. I think. I love you. Keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Love you. Bye.